Did y'all hear this bull crap about the new SNAP benefits rules? Now, 43 million Americans who receive SNAP benefits are now going to have to refile for SNAP benefits in the near future. And when I say the near future, I mean the very, very near future. Very fast. Maybe before 2026. Now, mind you, this is the end of November of 2025 almost, which means we got 1 month left. This is nothing but another way for the President of the United States to still accomplish his goals, guys. This is nothing but another way for them to stop SNAP benefits, food stamps, housing, Section 8, the daycare expenses. This is just another slick way of them doing it. They said, well, we can't find a way to just stop the SNAP benefits completely. So let's find a way to filter it all out legally in a slick fashion, guys. The government is so crooked, man. When have you guys ever heard them pulling a stunt like this?
I don't understand how the government is being slick at being efficient. There's too many reports out there of fraud. And then for you to be a grown man that's talking about the government is out to get you, if you own Snap forever, there's a problem. Snap and all being on these things is for temporary fixes. It's for temporary times in your life. I believe that we shouldn't have SNAP benefits. I believe it should be you get food like you get from a food bank. I believe that if you're struggling, all you need is the essentials. You need bread, meat, dairy. That's it. I believe it shouldn't be you get money and spend wherever you want to spend it at. For what? There's too much fraud in the SNAP program. There's too much fraud in the housing, child care. You're having kids, but you can't afford it. We have to wake up as a country and understand that you have to work to get the things that you need. You cannot depend on the government. But we have people complaining and say this is a scam by the government. We have somebody in office that's running the government like a business. Where's the waste? People not willing to work when they are able bodied to work. Oh, you can't work because you got 10 kids? Whose fault is that? Now you living off of the government because you made all these kids, but you're not willing to work to support your own kids. So what are we doing here? Why are we complaining about them cleaning up? And this is the reason why we have inflation. What do you mean? Well, if I give somebody some money every year, every month, and they don't care about price, they're willing to pay whatever they want for the things that they want. So what companies do is, oh, we know they don't care about the price. We'll keep jacking up the prices. So we'll keep jacking up the prices, and somebody else that does work, it's like, why are these prices going high? Because the majority of people buying that product are on Snap. So with that, now they don't have the recollection of caring about price because the money they're getting is free. They're not going in the grocery store and penny pinching. They're going and buying whatever they want. Have you not seen some of these people on Snap eating better than people that actually work? Do you believe that somebody on Snap should have steak, shrimp, lobster, have the best cereals, have the best this, have everything, sugary things and everything like that? The reason why people we trying to get rid of this healthcare stuff is because people on Snap are eating bad and then they get sick and now we got to pay for that too. So now Americans got to pay for two things because of you getting free stuff. This is not a scam. I'm glad that this shit's getting reduced because this is hurting the country. There's nothing wrong with being on Snap and housing if you are in a temporary bad time of your life. That's what it's for. But when we start talking about you've been on Snap and all these things for 10, 20 years, that's a problem. You're gaming the system. Then you're having more kids and more kids and more kids. Don't have any kids. Don't be in a position to where you need the government. It's there just in case, but it's not to rely on. That's a bad way to live your life. So I'm glad that he's going through it because us all it does is hurting people that actually work, and then they make us take more taxes away from us. How do you not see that? But I'm tired of seeing, especially men complaining about this and talk about it's a scam from America. It's a scam from the government. No, the government is telling y'all now, get your ass back to work. That's what the government is saying now to everybody that's able bodied to work. Get your ass back to work. If you able to lay down and sleep with 10 different men and have 10 different, then you have enough energy to get your ass to work. If you're willing to be on Snap and your nails and your hair is done and everything else is done, get your ass back to work. The slogan for this president term is going to be Get your ass back to work. We need to work to stimulate the economy. We can't be supporting people that don't simply want to work. There's too much fraud. There's too many people that have these fake programs, these fake housing programs. You've seen it in Minneapolis. You've seen the scams. You've seen the guy in Charlotte talking about he's taking care of people, but he's scamming it because he's getting government money and then he's blowing it buying luxury cars. There's too many scams, and the government is hip to that. And they're saying we're wasting money. You guys were scared of Doge. Doge came in there and exposed everybody. The biggest way that we're wasting money as Americans is the SNAP, Section 8, and free childcare. If you're able to have kids, then you should be taking your ass to work. I'm sorry, but we have to start being harder on Americans and start telling them, get your ass back to work. Grind, make your money, do what you have to do. There's nothing wrong with going to work. We have to make going back to work cool again. It used to be like that back in the day. Where you work at? Oh, I work at the plant. I'm about to be there for 30 years. I'm going to retire. I'm great. Where you work at? I work at the ports. I'm a longshoreman. I've been there for 25 years. I'm going to retire. We need to make that stuff cool again. But y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to sit on here and complain, talking about it's a government conspiracy. Get off my line with that. How can you say it's a conspiracy when you not working and you sit in your house and you getting free stuff? We have to wake up, especially as a black people. Don't rely on the government, because as soon as they giveth, they can taketh. You guys are still stuck on the boob. You got to get off the boob and go to work and create your own income and create your own job and make your own money. If you don't, then what's going to happen? You will always be stuck, but you'll be draining money from people that actually work. And then everybody want to say this, tax the billionaires. I believe wholeheartedly you shouldn't tax billionaires excessively amounts of money. You tax them whatever the rate is, and that's it. Because without billionaires, they don't have companies. Without companies, they can't employ people. Without people, we can't pay taxes. So you need the billionaires. I'm kind of tired of people say tax the rich. No, the rich is the ones that work hard. The rich is the one that build companies. You know how hard it takes to build a company and succeed? You guys want to be rewarded for laziness. You guys not willing to get up and go get a job. You want to just lay on your back or make kids and live off the government. That shit is up. Don't be surprised if they're going to be like, you know what? We're not giving y'all money no more. We're going to work with all these food banks that we got across the nation, and we'll just buy food and we'll have them do it. Or you know what? We'll work with the stores and we'll come up with a box that you can get. You got to go to the store and get you your box, and that's it. But you can't you can't go in the store. You don't have the privilege of going to the store and making money. Get you a box. We're not doing this no more. We're going to create a box for you. How many kids you got? We'll create the box. We'll shop for you. You're not going to be getting the high-end stuff. You're going to be getting great value. You're going to be getting Kroger brand. You're going to be getting stuff. It's still food. It's enough for you to keep going and living your life, because it's going to turn that thing in your head to say, I want to do better because I want the name brand stuff. Why you think they had government cheese? Why you think people that got successful, they was like, man, I used to have government cheese. I was like, hell no. Nah. That's going to ignite something in you when you're not getting the things that everybody else is getting. But why you not getting it is because you're not working hard. You're using kids as a way to make more money, to get free things, to get free housing. You guys don't even want to volunteer for the city and the state and help clean up the state. At least do that. At least help make the state or city look clean. You guys don't want to do nothing. So how is this a government conspiracy? I'm tired. This is a grown-ass man saying this. This is crazy.
Where all recipients has to reapply for it. Now they do have what they call a every 3 month or every 6 month recertification. Basically what happens is you have to go get recertified every 3 to 6 months to see if your financial status has changed, if you're making more money, if you're making less money. But in most cases, it's all about taking the benefits from you and giving you less and less and less every time you go get recertified, guys. This is the case. This is the situation that the government is pulling in a slick fucking way just to still cut people completely off. You know what they always say, man. It's never about the process. It's about the results. We still got 3 years left with this guy in office, and he's going to continue to drain and suck the American people dry. So the American people will be left with nothing, especially if you want one of these government-funded programs, man. The United States is becoming a big-ass joke, man. I'm not even going to say the United States, but the United States government is becoming a big-ass joke. This is all the president's plans to make him and his friends rich while making sure you and your loved ones are broke.
That's the crazy thing. When you don't want to take accountability for why you failing, you blame everybody. This is going to make America great again because people are going to be working. There's no way that you should be depending on the government. The government is not your parents. The government is not the way you make money. People are using the government as a job, but they ain't working for the government. They scamming the government. But then we have people on here talking about it's the thing of the billionaires. I don't even care about the billionaires. They made their money, they got money. It is what it is. I'm trying to get where they're trying to be. But I'd be damned if I sit here and rely on the government to feed me and my family for fucking 10, 20, 50, 20, 30 years. This is stupid. This is why we got to understand and wake up and say, you know what? I need to go to work. Yes, they should reapply. It should be a real reapply. Don't be that fake. Oh, yeah. No, it needs to be real. These biometrics. We need a social security card. We need everything to be locked into where when you reapply, we know. And it should go less and less and less and less. Because why? It's going to force you to say, okay, well, I got to get a job and figure this out. If you can't afford your lifestyle, if you can't afford kids, if you can't afford the place you're living in, then don't do it. You need to start looking at other communities and see how they live it. They live all together in one house and they figure it out. But to say that, oh, it's the government conspiracy, put the mirror on yourself and realize why you need the government. How long you been working with the government? Should you be eating better than somebody that's actually going out there to work? Absolutely not. Should you be having your hair and nails did better than everybody else that actually works? No. You should be looking like you need money because that's going to turn something into you to say, I need to go out there and get it. We don't have enough go-getters. We don't have enough people that want to make money. We have people that just want to sit there and do nothing. It's not just black people, it's white people, it's Latinos, it's Asian. There's a lot of people scamming the system. It's so many scams. I wholeheartedly believe that people shouldn't get money for snaps. I believe it. I believe that you should not get no cash, no credit, no nothing. I believe you should get a box of food every month. Enough to make sure you and your family is good. You should not be living a life of luxury while you're on the government. The government, it should be the bare minimum. What do you need to survive? You need meat, cheese, bread. And that's it. You don't need the hot Cheetos. You don't need the Coca-Colas. You don't need the steaks. You don't need the shrimps. You don't need none of that shit. You need the bare necessities. That's how it should be because what that's going to do is going to stimulate the economy because people are going to be like, I want this. Let me go work. I'm sorry, it's just going back to what it was in the old school. People going to work and willing to do the things that they want to do to make the thing to be able to do the things that they want to do. So you want to make the money so you can go and have those hot Cheetos. You can go and get that steak. That's the life that you want to live. Too many of y'all want to blame people for your failures and you want people to give you money. That's what's wrong with this country. But we got a president, like he said, we got 3 more years of this. And do you think a Democrat's going to be in after Trump? I think another Republican is going to be in there. And I'm glad because America is going to be great. This is when he was talking about saying, make America great again. It's putting your asses back to work. It's telling you that you have to work to be able to get the things that you want. It's telling you that instead of you getting your money and having a Hellcat and living at home on food stamps, you should be going out there to work and get your family and build your own thing up. What's wrong with that? That's a government conspiracy. So you care about the government not giving you money, but you don't care enough about not getting a job? What world are we living in? What country are we living in? And y'all wonder why the immigrants come over here and clean shop. Because y'all don't want to work. Y'all don't want to work. And then you want to blame the government. I can't believe anybody that blames somebody else first instead of taking accountability through life. I've learned that. If people first start blaming other people and don't understand what they did wrong and how they affected people and the reason why they don't have any money, I don't believe nothing you say. You cannot be trusted because you're just a person that's going to blame, but not take accountability. Take accountability for why you are broke. Take accountability for why you had all these kids and your baby daddy's not with you. Take accountability why you have to depend on the government. Let's start with that first. Let's write an essay about that first. Why haven't you made it yet? Now write down all the excuses. If none of those excuses have nothing to do with you, you're the problem.